Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's time for a long overdue overlooked but awesome. I don't know how this card wasn't already in the series. I must have overlooked it. Oh, you know you come here for the bad puns. I know I tend to feature really complicated cards that need like an explanation and they do something amazing. This card is so simple, but if you think about it, it's so unstoppable. This amazing legendary creature is Thrun, the Last Troll. On the surface, he looks like a 4/4 for 4, which is pretty fair, even in green where they tend to be, a little bit bigger than that. And then his ability is pay 2 and regenerate him, so not bad at all. Anytime that you can regenerate something, you could block forever with them. Here's where it gets fun. Thrun the Last Troll can't be countered. So he's coming out onto the battlefield whether you want him to or not. Now here's something I've never seen before. This is printed as a Mythic and Mirrored and Besieged, which I could have sworn had hexproof already invented, but I don't know, I guess not. So the actual card itself says, Thrun can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Now first of all, that's written incorrectly. You have to use the entire card name. You cannot just say Thrun. In fact, they got it right on the first line. How did they get it wrong on the second line? Oh, and secondly, if you look at the Oracle text, it literally just says hexproof. They just replaced it with the word hexproof. Now, I actually checked a while ago and they had not corrected certain cards, so I thought, I'm going to check this to see how recently they did it. Well, apparently they slipped one in sometime, because if you look at the card Madcap Skills, it says enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0, and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Now, if you look at the Oracle text, it says enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and has menace. It is very, very common before a mechanic comes out as an actual named mechanic to have them kind of test it out, I guess, for lack of a better term, on an earlier card from an earlier set. So anyway, it would appear that Thrun had hexproof before it was cool, making him officially the last troll hipster. I mean, that's by default because he's the last troll, but he's also the last troll hipster. Honestly, he's kind of dressed like one. So while this guy is only a 4/4, he doesn't have trample and he does cost 4 and he is legendary, if you break it down, he can't be countered, he can't be the target of spells or abilities, and then you can regenerate him whenever you want. Well, if you have 2 mana. This guy is like the unstoppable super soldier. I mean, this guy is practically perfect in combat before you even drop a boost on him, like, +4/+4 in trample or something. He actually by himself makes me want to build a, super soldier deck with just green in Modern. Honestly, mixing it with white would probably be a good idea, but as soon as you go to 2-color Modern, you're looking at $100. Apparently, Wizards of the Coast thinks you're an 18th century woman because they don't want you to have access to the land that you want. Bros, I just took some serious sleeping pills, and things are starting to get a little weird. Like, even on top of me normally. But what's not weird is Thrun, the Last Troll. Now, I have never seen him in a Modern deck. A lot of people, they're just going 2-color anyway, they drop out Loxodon. Now, I get that he costs 3 and he's a 4/4, and he also can't be countered, but he doesn't have hexproof. If I had to choose between cannot be countered and hexproof in Modern, yeah, I'd go with hexproof. Who the hell's countering something? Nobody's countering anything. Nobody even plays counter spells. Remand is not a counterspell. Remand would not even put him in the graveyard. Now, I have explained in other videos, so I'm not going to go way into it, but a 4-cost creature versus a 3-cost creature is a 1 difference, but that's a much bigger difference than the difference between a 1-cost and a 2-cost because of the fact that you start with 7 cards. Hopefully you math geniuses out there kind of got that. So it is incredibly important to pay only 3 instead of 4. That is huge in Modern. That said, though, it's really not that hard to come up with a couple extra mana in green. I mean, that is the color that does that. So I'm seriously thinking about putting together a super soldier deck. I think it'll be pretty cool. Actually pretty effective, too, and pretty competitive in Modern, because it'll be kind of like Zoo and Jund, but less flexible and a hell of a lot cheaper. For now, I hope you guys find a fun home for this card, and I'll see you next video.